Hello and welcome to the wormhole. Hopefully, you guys have had an amazing Monday evening slash. How you doing, Smiley?
Doing good, man. Monday.
Bring
Wormhole.
up my chat.
Better late than never.
Well, I was doing some transplant. And didn't realize it was as late as it was, and then I had to clean up a little bit, and I was going out with fucking piles of dirt and shit behind me, shit scattered everywhere. Have a little bit of respect for myself, not to go out there like
Straighten up for you. I understand that.
right. TK first one in chat. Cheers to you.
So TK.
Five chat.
So yeah, man.
Oh man, didn't
How,
mean to cut you off twice.
yeah. It's kind of. I guess we were chatting about it a little before we went on air, but the might as well throw it on the air. The Jack Skillingtons did a little update on them and picking out some of the male and showing the stature of the males and females. So we're getting a little bit of homework down there. There's a couple of them stand out at this point.
I can't wait to. I'm just that you got some skunky going on over there. It's gonna be a nice combo. That's
Yeah,
gonna be a nice combo.
I bet it's gonna be dank as fuck. Be fun.
See, I'm trying to jot my seed droppings from yesterday in my book. Seed dropping book. Keep a book. I don't keep a like day-to-day records. You know what I mean? As far as operations when I fed, all that go bullshit. But I do keep records of when I dropped every string, veg, whatnot, up until the point the clones are taken. You know what I mean? There's no more real work to be done. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking notes till that one end of history, pretty much, because I know what I'm taking in pretty much all I need to know about it. Then I move on. Another page, another string.
Do you ever do you ever look back and go back to the info to look something up?
As far as like how they look in stature and all that good stuff,
Yeah, I guess.
rarely, rarely.
It's just good notes
Not
for.
much changes. Yeah, not much changes in the environment and whatnot. You know what I mean? The practice, shit. You've cracked me out of like a fucking 10-year fucking nut, dude. As far as working with the cocoa, man, that's how set in my system I get. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny. I love the way you talk about it. Like I forced it on you. Like, cracked you. I finally cracked you.
It was a good thing. It was a good
Warmed
thing.
up.
I may act like that, but it was a fucking good thing nonetheless.
It's funny though. It was an invitation, ego.
It was. But to be honest with you, when I started, I had no fucking real intentions on going back to organics. That's for real. That's for real. I was gonna run it, do the side by sides, kind of play along, have some fun with it, but had no real intentions on diving too deep into the organics. But it backfired. It fucking backfired. Organics came, door fucking broke open. Went quite the opposite with me. Do I have any regrets about it? No.
I picture organics like breaking through the wall like the old Kool-Aid guy used to do in the remember the Kool-Aid commercial? Come busting through the wall.
So what would that cat look like?
I have no idea. I didn't think it through that far.
What do you mean mushroom it like? But I don't know. I want to make sure fucking it's the right guy and I should not run or I should embrace him. Kool-Aid guy I might party with and come busting through the wall. Anybody else, I don't know, man. Organics. I might just fucking
Especially
Would he look a lot? You remember that show, The Swamp Thing? Would he look a lot like the Swamp Thing?
probably. Something like that. Either that or that tree guy from the Marvel stuff. What's his name? Groot. That's funny.
Or what was that? I'm picturing oh man. I can't remember what it was, an old like I want to almost say it was like Great Space Coaster. One of them started out with like, "Hey, you guys." That'd be
That was Goonies.
a good. Was it the Goonies?
Yeah, that was the Goonies for sure. Hey, you guys.
That blows my mind. So I never really watched the Goonies, so
No.
maybe it just stopped. No,
How do you never watch the Goonies, man? That's fucking awesome movie.
some shit I just rebelled against.
Shuffle Shuffle.
No, I think it was the whole. Yeah, some shit just I don't know seemed too clicky even back then. And the movies was one of those things for me.
What do you mean? Even back then, that's all it was back then. Was clicky. That's funny. In the '80s and shit. Oh yeah.
Oh, everything was super clicky back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Shit. I think that's where clicky started. Holy shit.
For sure. You gotta have your polo.
John's, the hair clubs. Oh yeah, don't forget the alligators, pop collar. Oh man.
The beginning of the mullet. It's a legendary time, man. Legendary time.
I'd be lying if I didn't say I didn't support a mullet or two at one point in my life.
It was that era, man. You were rocking it, dude. That was the era. I'm laughing like that because I know a few guys that did too, man. They were fucking total muscle car. He had his IROC Z and shit. Fucking mullet with the T-tops, man.
I can honestly look back and think of a few cats that had mullets before mullets were cool. I don't know.
Like Hulk Hogan. That's funny.
Hulk Hogan was his own fucking thing right there. Holy shit. Hulkamania. That was one train I don't think I ever caught on either, man. That was one of those things, man. I had like a very short run with like WWF because that was my jam, man. Wrestling was my cup of tea, for real. I mean, real wrestling, Greco-Roman, freestyle wrestling, high school, wrestling, fucking. So that kind of wrestling was cool up until like you knew that shit wasn't real, and then I was like no longer in the wrestling clique anymore. That was like right before Hogan went peak. I was that kid walking around going, you know that shit's fake. You break your neck, you do that fucking shit. Nobody wanted to hear that shit back then.
It's not fake, dude. They were bleeding and everything.
That was one of the periods you didn't know what to fucking think. Kiss had just taken off their fucking makeup, fucking Animalized, the worst fucking, in my opinion, rock album. One of the worst rock albums ever fucking made. Holy shit.
It's funny. There was so many the old WWE shit, man. They did. There was a compilation I seen somebody put together with all the guys and like all the ambiguously gay scenarios that they were in and shit. It was funny as hell, dude. Remember when they'd fucking like lock hands or whatever, and they'd like be pushing against each other's palms like that, and then like one of them would fucking overpower the other dude, and then he'd be like on his knees and shit and fucking trying to fight back, and then he'd fight his way back to standing up and like pushing, you know, remember that whole scenario? They showed a couple
I do.
in that compilation. It totally looked like he was getting a BJ from the dude. He's fucking it was totally wrong, dude. It's like totally wrong. Oh, it's funny.
Some of that shit, I don't know if we could get away with today.
No. Most definitely not. Yeah, the old 80s fucking wrestler clips are hilarious. Talking shit.
One of my favorite wrestlers was, of course, Ric Flair. I just love that fucking woo! You know that scream he used to do? I used to get fucking back when I do Drake. Heaven forbid you hear that fucking Ric Flair scream come out of me and shit. I'd be yelling up, get that shit going. Fucking, you knew it was some crazy shit was about right there.
What's up, Huncho?
Hey, how you doing, Smiley? How you doing, Eagle?
Good, man. Monday.
Yeah. What'd you guys do today?
Oh, man. Just pruning some leaves and watering some plants.
Yeah, that's always a good day.
Trimming, washing pots, transplanting. About it. Trip to the belt.
Yep.
Nice, man. What'd you transplant?
All these a little bit of some jelly bean, some of the Colombian got transplanted up. Colombian and a couple of the jelly beans. Whatever back there. I guess those are all Colombian.
Are you going to do
Yeah.
a tent in that breeding run, Eagle?
What's that, Smiley?
Are you going to try to do a whole tent in that breeding run?
Might as well. What is it? Whatever's in there.
The jelly bean might be pretty hot with a pine on it too. I don't know.
Eagle, you know what I was thinking? I heard you saying that you wanted to do like the breeding tent or whatever. Maybe you could do that like outside with just like an extension cord and a little bit of supplemental lighting with like a tent outside, you know, just like a little 4x4, and just have it zipped up, like so only like the sun can come in during one time of the day, then just zip it up when you're done, you know. Maybe throw a tarp over the top of it or something.
Shit, they wouldn't even really need supplemental, really. I could just take them to, I mean, shit, I could have some that are available now. I've got some that are flowerable size now. I mean, I can just stick a male in there with them. We'll start them, stick a male in there a couple weeks later. You know, I wouldn't necessarily even have to veg outside. We're getting close enough now to where it should naturally take off in the flower real soon. You know, there's no veg time needed, basically. I just need that flower time.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point, man. Good point.
It's still.
But you're right. A small tent would work.
it still takes them a few weeks to get it all flipped over. You know what I mean? Even the boys, by the time they're formed the set pollen sacs and they're dumping, they're still 3 weeks in, you know.
Yeah, it still has to have like the pistils for it to get impregnated or whatever.
Right. Which is weird why the boys fire so early. And I mean, maybe that's just an indoor thing, right? I guess that might be too. I didn't think of, but like they always, everybody I've heard always holds the boys out unless the girls kind of flip for a week to 10 days. They give them a good, like a week head start on the boy.
Yeah, but I guess like if you really wanted a bunch of seeds, I would just say leave the male in there the whole time during flower, you know, and you'll get a whole ton of seeds like that. And well, some will be more mature than others, but for the most part, like if you let the plant mature, most of the seeds will mature, you know.
I don't know. He'd be the best of the boy. He won't make it the whole time in flower, I don't think, man. Mine, when he dumped, he was like done. He's like, fuck, blew his wad and he was out, man. Camped out on the couch. Not doing
Yeah, as long as they can last, at least you got a point there.
I didn't expect
What
that.
about? I think
sense, you know.
part of the delay there. I don't mean to cut you off, Smiley. It's like just to get a little bit bigger surface area. You know what I mean? Just so the buds are a little bit bigger, more pistils, more places for the pollen to be useful and caught. I guess would be a good reason for the stagger. I guess.
Well, yeah, I think also the plant, like as soon as it gets seeded, it kind of puts more energy into growing the seeds than like the bud growth, right? So if you want to have more seeds, then you would grow the buds a little bigger. So then you have more surface area for the seeds to grow.
Yeah, I think it's just the number of hairs and then having time for the seed to mature. Because I think that's why, like, it might be Ross to Jeff that says he switches to 18-hour. Dave's not here, is in chat, he'll know, but I think Ross to Jeff says that he goes to like 18, back to 18 hours of light after pollination. And that extends out the time they have to cook the seed, so to speak, and make it.
Yeah, that would make sense because I know like another trick people will do is they'll use like the veg nutrients even during bloom just to kind of get it to like stay healthier and bulk it up a little bit more. Like since they don't plan on smoking it anyway, you know, it's just for the seed production. So they're just trying to get the plant as healthy as possible, basically.
Yeah. Well, they eat up a lot of nitrogen, I know, when they're forming the seed too. So it's almost like, well, I guess John Kemp refers to it as like another vegetative stage during seed fill or grain fill. What's up, Green Fingers?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, I broke another day of rig today. Sorry, Concho, I didn't mean to cut you off, brother.
No worries, man. But dude, that sucks. That's some bad news right there. Which one was it?
It was one of the newer ones. It was small, a little guy about that big. It kind of looked like a honeybee or a hive with a little neck coming out of it. Pretty cool.
Damn, that sucks. I think I did see that one.
I try not to get too attached anymore. I know that it's just a rented love. They're going sooner or later.
Yeah, if I'm buying a bong, I look for like the thickest, cheapest American-made glass I can get, and then for a rig, I don't really care if it's American or not. I just look for like the cheapest, like a little rig, you know, one that's gonna chug. I don't like too big of a rig for wax.
That's what we need. Oh, sorry. I thought you were done. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no worries. I was just gonna say, I heard you guys talking the other day about like the dabs causing anxiety and stuff, and that's pretty much what happened to me. So I had to get off of like the concentrate for a while. Like it kind of spun me out, and I had like I don't know, like trip out episode and shit. But like it was that and like a mixture of caffeine, I think. I was just doing way too many dabs and too much caffeine, like the hippie speedball, you know. But Yeah, that shit spun me out. But it gave me like depression and just like I felt addicted to it almost, you know, like if I didn't have it, I would get like pissed off, which that doesn't happen with weed. And I felt like I just needed more and more and more. Like I'd get real high for 5 minutes and then I would need another dab like 5 minutes later. But one thing I did notice though is smoking hash, it'll get me to like the potent high that I want, and the high will last a lot longer, and I don't get like the paranoid or anxious or any crazy thoughts like that, I guess.
That's the only caffeine I take. Matcha fucking powder.
That shit's
That's
good
crack.
for it.
Fucking. That's what I'm drinking right now. I can barely talk. I'm like, but I could form some sentences. See, it's like not too bad. I just like want to look at everything. I'm like, what the fuck? just from one little fucking scoop.
What's in that stuff? Like caffeine or what?
It's just ground up premium green tea leaves.
All right, man. That's what I'm smoking, drinking too, but it's not premium,
People
bro. It's
smoke that
just the what do you
hell
call
yeah,
it?
that's my
Pure leaf.
favorite. Yeah, that's my favorite right there. Just so fucking good. I could drink like 1,000 of those.
Dude, my whole fridge is stocked with those things. I mean, it says it's like real tea, you know, so I like that, and it's unsweetened. I don't fuck with sweet tea.
Yeah, I like unsweetened and everything, but then I like to throw some sweet, a little bit of sweet with this matcha because it just tastes like ground tea leaves because that's what it is. So it tastes like real gritty.
Yeah, I can't believe I didn't know that matcha is green tea leaves. I feel pretty stupid now about that, but yeah, you learn something new every day.
Yeah, I didn't know it till like a week ago. So don't feel that dumb. I've been drinking it for fucking so long too, like years. I'm like, what the hell? Didn't even know. Orange cookies. Some of the last that I found in this bag. This bag was full when I got it. It was like literally like fucking a bag of orange cookies like that. He just gave it to me for free. So now I'm sad because the last of it. Well, this is the last, but
I was just about to ask you what you were smoking on. I was gonna see if you're still smoking that box weed.
no, I mixed some of it in here just as a filler, but this is all flavor from it's just orange cookies. Like my weed don't have no flavor left compared to that. So it tastes fucking great.
Yeah,
Nice
I feel
cookies.
you. I got like some mediocre Gorilla Glue I'm smoking on, but then I got some Chem Reserve that's like stupid fire, dude. It smells like crayons and gas and lime would be the best way I could describe it. Like I don't know, it's got kind of a weird like crayon Play-Doh smell.
Yeah, that's different. That sounds good.
That's pretty good.
Sounds real good. What is everybody else smoking on?
I'm smoking on some of that Board 13 that Alex Hardy sent me still. Pretty good, pretty good.
That the big grower? Was that the long one?
Yeah. This one didn't go a full term, but I'm still somewhat satisfied, even though it didn't go the whole way.
Hell yeah.
Looking forward to full run.
It's funny, Eagle. I was listening to your story about you pulling into like the grocery store instead of the gas station or something. And that same day, I did the same thing. I was smoking, and I'm taking care of my sister's dog right now. So I was supposed to drive to her house to let the dog out, but I got like real stoned, and I was like, because the dispensary doesn't open till like 9 o'clock or something. But it was like 7:30 in the morning, and I was driving to my sister's house, but I was like already headed to the dispensary, and I was like, fuck, I gotta like turn around, go to my sister's house. My brain was just programmed, go get some weed from the dispensary.
It happens. It happens sometimes.
Getting weed from the dispensary? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I have to pick
not
up
for
from the
me.
dispensary, man. I did I chopped down like 3 of my Mendo breath plants, but it's still like way too wet to smoke. I just chopped them like 2 days ago. And then, yeah, I'm on dispensary weed right now. Besides the Gorilla Glue. I said that I got this little bit of Gorilla Glue. But other than that, dispensary weed.
I stop in for concentrate occasionally, something to dab on, or if I'm out of town and forgot my stash. You know what I mean? I'm out traveling, I forgot my stash. I'm like, I will stop. I will stop, grab a few pre-rolls for the ride back home or whatever.
Yeah, I can't do the pre-rolls. I just get some rolling papers and some of their bud because that pre-roll shit's like dry and old as fuck. But yeah, the same thing. Like they do have good concentrate. I forgot who it was saying it, but the bud from the dispensary isn't good, but the like concentrate is fire, which is true because they knock all the trichomes off the bud to make the concentrate. So you get the bud with no trichomes on it, and then you get the concentrate that has all the cannabinoids and stuff.
This is local flower. They have a grow out here, King's Garden or whatever, right in Palm Springs. So it's like, it's not that expensive, but it's not that cheap. It's like, my mom buys it, so she brings me like a nug or two every time. But it's weed, you know, it's pretty good. Like, but it's not like fucking. I'm used to outdoor. I don't. Even if it's like not as flavorful, sometimes it's like that high lasts like way longer. I think. Maybe it's in my head.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but a lot of people don't realize too, like the Cali outdoor, I'm sure there's other places too that have like good outdoor, but our climate, no matter if it's bad outdoor, it's still going to come out like fire, you know, for the most part, not always. People can still fuck it up.
Sometimes you can get weed, like, yeah, sometimes it's like really just, it doesn't matter. It's outdoor, you know, it's like, fuck, it's outdoor though. Like, I used to see it on the menu and it'd be like fucking $50 for like an ounce. They'd be like, what the fuck? Why? Outdoor. They're like, fuck yeah. I'll buy that.
I just realized I was muted, but one company I do recommend is this company right here, which is the Sessions. They got some pretty dang stuff, and it's like $28 for the eighth out the door after tax, which is pretty crazy. And then another company is my friend Grizzly Peak. He lives up there in Big Bear and grows all this stuff. But his is a little more pricey. I think it's like $45 out the door for the eighth. But it's like all organic, and he like truly cares about his plants, you know, like small batch stuff.
There you go.
Yeah, we used to get that, and I've seen that before. The Grizzly fucking. Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, man, they got a Green Lantern strain. I'm blanking out on the cross right now, but I know it's green crack crossed with something, and that stuff is like super fire.
Yeah.
Super fire.
Looking
Which
through the
Smiley-
comment section, trying to find our fucking winning number. Actually, had quite a few actually leave some comments this round. Ooh, there's one that's really close.
Number me.
Still got a little bit of time yet. I'm just trying. All right. You could be eligible, Mr. Green Fingers. Everybody's eligible. You just have to bail before the number gets put into chat. Then you're eligible.
I was thinking of that yesterday. I was like, man, I could just jump out real quick and then guess and then come back. But then I was like, nah, other people need those beans more, you know? Like, I could use them, but like, I still got beans I got to pop. I got fresh beans I still got. So I would feel selfish if I did that. And then if I won, I'd really feel bad. I'd be like, oh, fuck. They're like, no, I'll give them to somebody else.
Speaking of which, I think someone gave Chicha B the winning number the other day when she won my little giveaway. But no, actually, I just got her seeds in the mail today too. So I sent her 2 15 packs. So those are on the way to her.
I've seen more seeds pass hands this last year and a half than I have seen in my life. I love it.
It's cool.
Yeah.
If you're out there listening, I highly recommend, if you don't already know how to clone, you learn how to clone. The the Rose Skittles, Trust the Azuki's is like seriously some super fire stuff. And I just realized as I was sorting out the seeds for you that I'm running out of them. Like I only have enough pretty much left for me to run them, so I can't keep giving them out because I only got like 120 left maybe. So you might be one of the very last people to get those. And those have been ran by a bunch of people. I've had no issues at all. There's like two main phenotypes. One comes more like Gorilla Glue, and the other one's like a grape soda. But yeah, it's the Zuki, so it's got the animal cookies crossed to Gorilla Glue, and then the Rose Skittles, which is like a cut of Skittles from the 3rd gen family, which my homie got the cut from Brandon himself. So, and then I S1 the the Skittles to itself. But while I had the S1 pollen, I also hit the Zukis, and then I kept some of the pollen. So then I took the progeny from that Zukis, and then I hit it again to that. So I basically S2'd them. So those are basically S2, and the other ones that I sent her are just F1s. I've only ran 2 of the plants, and so far so good. Not what I was looking for in the plant, but it's actually the biggest yielding plant in my garden right now. So, and it's got a nice forbidden fruit like smell and taste to it. Well, smell, at least I haven't tasted it yet, but it's got like more creamy or almost like a cereal flavor. So it's almost nicer because I don't really like that floral forbidden fruit. So it'll be interesting to smoke this time.
Yeah. Cook it up.
If there's going to be a good culling of most of what I have here. And again here. Going full tester again. Going full tester again for a minute.
Yeah, what are you chopping out, Eagle? What one are you sad about, Seago?
None of them.
None of them?
None of them. They're all right. They're good, but they're gonna fucking cry.
I'm guessing Orange Boss is gone.
Yeah. Some of the orange is definitely getting cleaned up for sure. But yeah. Besides working, well, I got a couple testers from you. Kazoo asked me if I'd pop a few for him as well. And of course, I'm working with Empire Breeding Co., Mr. Kite. And then fucking Med Grower 1 hit me up today. Good friend of mine. I've got everything he's ever produced. I've named one of his strains. Fucking, so you got any room? Got any room for stuff? I got a pack for you. I'll make some room, brother. I'll make some room.
That's cool. That's funny.
Happy.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting
I love
to
working
mine right away. I knew you had a lineup of testers to do. I was just like, whatever. Excited I was going to see it. And I had them. I was geeked about it.
Dude, I can't wait to see.
I was excited to get them. I was actually, everybody else had got some. I was like, fucking, I think almost like the stickers. I was like, man, I'm the last one to get some fucking smiley fucking testers and shit.
Not bad.
I can't wait to see how that DOA cross comes out, though. How's that coming along for you guys with the Cholumbium and the Jack Skellington?
Good, man. Good. Getting
I think
Eagles lapping me here, but
man, Eagle's
close,
like lapped me 3 times already in all my grows. I'm like watching Eagle. I'm like, what? How's he harvesting this? He's popped the seeds, and I've been flowering, and he's like done flowering in the time it's taken me just to be midway through flowering. I'm like, what the hell?
From seed to sack, fastest person I've ever seen fucking finish out anything ever. I'm like, what the hell? He just popped those beans. Like, those were just beans. And then I'm like, what the hell? He's just flipping them. Like,
did you get any complaints about your Herb Snell bud at the Bigfoot Lodge, Eagle?
You know what? No, they didn't get the chance because the one time out of fucking 50, it wasn't ready. Wasn't ready. That day it was fucking still kind of moist. Fucking moist enough I wasn't gonna fucking pass out. That's for damn shit. One time, the first time that fuckers failed me. So yeah, nobody had the chance to say,
You weren't
but
gonna.
they will this time. Kyle, I'll have Chilumbium ready. Then, so we'll see what they got to say to that.
It's funny you weren't ready for your peer review of it.
No, I get that 100% there because I remember you like barely, the plant wasn't even chopped yet actually, and you're like, this motherfucker is gonna be at the Bigfoot Lodge in 2 days, ready to smoke, I guarantee, or something like that. But I was like, man, that herb's now dry must dry fast. But I mean, it's kind of good to hear that it wasn't dry yet, so it's not like just frying the bud, you know? Because I've always been a skeptic of the herbs now dryer myself, but I've never personally used one or probably ever smoked bud, at least that I've known, like that it was used on. So
I enjoy it. I honestly do not know or have noticed a reduced terps, to be honest with you. That's terrible, terrible. I was thinking about it today as that, well, fuck that right now. As I was trimming today, I honestly think uh when we talk about drying, I've said this a little bit like lately about the whole dyeing process and hanging it upside down with the leaves. Not so much wrapping around the buds, protecting the terps. I'm sure it has some to do with that. But I think it's a dying plant. I think it's sucking the moisture out of those leaves, nutrients, and still going through some type of phase of putting out terps, maybe making them a little stronger, but there's a dying out process there. That's so through that there's as it dies out, there's more uh water and nutrients available. As it dies out, it kind of gives it that last little bit to where if you trim it close, you don't get that. That's basically in my head the difference. So with
yeah,
that being said, it only needs some extra nutrients through that drying process. So if I trim it nice and close and I put it in my herbs now machine, it doesn't need that extra, you know what I mean, plant matter around. It's just waste. If I hurry up and dry it, everything should be preserved as is when I don't know. I don't know the science behind it. I just know
well, you brought up an
see a
interesting point
reduction.
the other day. I think it was you or someone did on your show, like where they were talking about how the plant's like still alive after you cut it. Like you take a clone of something and you could stick it into like a whatever medium you want to stick it in, really, and it'll root. And you could probably do the same thing. You could probably chop like a plant that's fully flowered out, stick it back in a medium and water, and it'll probably reroot itself. Like the plant's still alive for a certain period of time after chop, obviously. And then one thing I noticed when you said with the herbs now, I wonder if that's like killing the plant faster, possibly, and maybe that's helping it. Because one thing I noticed, my biggest failure I've been doing lately on my past couple grows was I was like fucking with the plants while they were still too wet, like trimming them or putting them in jars. And then you get like that hay smell or it just doesn't come out right. And then it's like fucked. But then I started letting the buds dry a lot more. And then I was getting like the full terpene experience again after once I started carrying them like that. But I don't know. There's something to the whole plant still being alive when you chop it, and maybe the herbs now speeds up the dying process of the plant. And I don't know what effect, if any, that has, but it'd be interesting to find out.
I almost hate. I love the machine. Let me make this quite clear. There's no fucking promotion code. You know what I mean? I make shit off the machine, but I do love that motherfucker. So when I do talk about it, I almost feel like, I'm trying to sell that thing. But I honestly love that motherfucker. I when I have, if there's times where I don't have to, I've got a rack right over here. I've got a rack right over here, double rack that I'm just dying to get the fuck out of here. I talked to Scott the other day. I'm like, I need another machine. Please send me another fucking machine because I gotta get rid of this rack. And ever since I've used that thing, I've tried to time it out to where pulling one down, taking it out. I'm kind of like always refilling it. There's some things where I back up and have to hang. But ever since I've gotten that machine, that's my first option. I don't go to the rack, and you know what I mean. It's the rack don't come out until the machine's full, and I have no other place to fucking go. That's when that comes out. But oh man, it was for me. I look. I didn't look back. I wanted to be. I was the same way. When I got that thing, I wanted to be. I was skeptical as shit. I was just like everybody else. This thing ain't gonna work. I'm gonna fucking, you know what I mean? But I was wrong. It was one of the things I was wrong about.
Hey man, if it works for you, and apparently you're a caregiver, so you're supplying other people with the medicine too, and if it's working for them and they're not complaining, then hell, can't beat that, because it's obviously going to save you some time in the drawing process too. And dude, that's what I admire most about your grow, is how perpetual you are. Like, you seriously inspired me to go like fully perpetual. My tent, seriously, for my new veg just came in today. My new light came in today. My new fan came in today. So basically, my new little veg space is going to be all set up, and it's not much, you know. I'm still just going to have my little 4x8 flower tent where I'm only using 4x4, but I'm just going to use bigger pots, grow fewer plants, move plants in every like 40 days. Once the plants are in day 40 of flower, bring new plants in so they're day 1 of flower, and so on and so forth. So I can harvest about every 30 days or so, you know.
Oh yeah.
You got all that
It's
new
just
shit
me,
in
too.
today?
Yeah, man. Well, everything's still kind of in the box. I did open the light though, but
I was just gonna say, what the fuck you doing talking to us? You got shit to do.
dude, today I also just bought a car. I had my daughter all day. I had to take care of my sister's dog. I had to send out Chicha bee seeds. So it's been a freaking busy day today. But tomorrow, you already know that thing's gonna get set up.
Yeah, that's dope. That's cool. I was just teasing anyway.
No, I know. I could tell. I was letting you know what's going on over here in Huncho's world.
Everybody gets so excited when they get new shit in, man. It's like, get that shit hung up. What are you talking about?
I know I feel like a kid on Christmas Day, but more like Christmas Eve since I haven't done nothing with it yet.
Yeah.
So I already changed up my soil again.
What?
I've already moved on. I was running that dairy dew, which the price is right, but ultimately I'm gonna have to do more to it. You know what I mean? It's closer to a medium with very little to it, basically. You know what I'm saying? So if I can use it for medium, but I'm gonna have to plan on top dressing or doing something through flour to get it all the way through. So I kind of tried another new one. That Costa Maine, that Grower's Choice. Yeah, Grower's Mix. It's pretty good. I actually like it. It's nice and dark when you pour it out of the bag. It's got a nice smell to it. But I've already ran a couple of them. You know what I mean? I've already got a couple of girls that's been in them for about 3 weeks, side by side with the Dairy Dew, and yeah, they much greener, much greener. So I'm
Which
gonna
one
run
did
with
you?
that for a minute.
Which one did you say was greener? Sorry, I thought I
The
heard Grower
Costa Maine,
Costa Maine.
the Costa Maine growers mix there. It's one of them. It has it in particular.
Yeah, I run that Costa Maine. It is dark. You're right. I still
I mean,
say
usually,
The strong tin mix right here. That's the one.
all right. Stonington blend. That's the one. Do they got nectar number 4 soil up by you, Eagle?
I think they may. I think they may have that up there.
Because that's actually a really good base soil too. I mean, if you're gonna amend something, because they put so much, they put the right balance of calcium in it. Is the reason why, and it has a good amount of aeration, so you can amend it from there. Because they build it for it to be used with their nutrient line. So you know what I mean, nitrogen and all that. They're expecting you to add in. They just build in the bone meal and stuff in the base. So,
Yes, they do sell M3. I don't care for the M3. It's too pricey. It's fucking pricey. What I want, what I'm working with it. That's that's another thing too. It's a good time to do what I'm doing because I am kind of looking for something that I can possibly reinvent. That was one of the beautiful things of the cocoa was all throughout the time of year that I could dump that shit in the yard, I would dump that shit. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But when it snows up here and I can't take that shit out and fucking dump it out in the yard anywhere, it was nice because I could give it a nice rinse, give that cocoa a nice rinse and reuse. So right now is a good time for me to go exploring through different types of, soils because I am looking for something that here when the winter months come that I can throw in a tote, kind of mend a little bit and fucking reuse. So
I mean,
it's a
you
good
could
time to
still,
hunt. The
you could
yard could use
still.
some of the shit. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you out.
No worries. I was just gonna
Uh,
say you could still like wash out the soil, like flush it out and reuse it. You're gonna get rid of most of the microbes, which kind of sucks, but you could technically like flush everything out of it and make it almost inert again. Well, not inert, but get a lot of the crap out of it.
Well, that is the plan. That is the plan. I'm just looking for a decent base to amend for the winter months, and then probably start again in the spring with a new base. Same shit. Once I can start dumping the root balls out in the yard, I may start using the soil again. Remix and getting in the winter time, which you guys might be going. This defeats the purpose. We're not supposed to be dumping the root balls anymore. We're supposed to be using. But if you take in consideration that I'm talking about a time period here from October to a May where I'm recycling it. It's not like, you know, 8 months out of the year I'm dumping the balls out in the yard. I'm re-amending half the year.
My bad. I'm kind of stoned and I was losing track of what you were actually talking about. Like I heard all the root ball stuff and the re-amending, but what exactly were you re-amending?
He doesn't want to carry his soil outside. So
But why is he taking it outside? Are you just like throwing it out?
yeah.
So then where's the re-amending part?
With the new soil that he's using, he's
Oh,
gonna expand instead of.
So like the 6 months before that, he just keeps reusing and then reamends and throws the root balls out later.
Yeah. So in the
I see.
winter months, I stick them. I empty these things into. I got a couple big tubs over there. I got a nice little 3-pronged gardener's hoe that I'll like go through and deroot that ball, take the stem out, and then reuse the medium through the winter months. But the other spring months, summer months, that shit goes out into the yard because I'm still in that old school mentality to where if there's anything going wrong in that pot, I don't want to fucking fuck with it. You know what I mean? Not to
Yeah, I
mention,
guess.
I've just got a somewhat sandy yard that I'm trying to get rid of that sand, so I'm just kind of covering the sand. I go out there every harvest, every month when I harvest, I go out there, I empty these things out, I pull out the carcass, give it a rake around, throw some grass seed down, give it a quick water. Got a new section of grass. Month by month, new sections of grass. So comes in handy. I'm not like wasting it, I guess.
Yeah, you're not wasting it at all. Like really, you're giving it back to the earth. So it's like
Yeah, that answered my question. I was like, wait, why are you throwing out your soil? But you're doing it as like a precaution thing just in case, and because you're trying to get rid of all that damn sand out there. So hey, it's a win-win.
My yard, actually, when I moved up here 5 years ago, I'm going to show you a satellite picture. Would look like somebody took the house and dropped it in the middle of the fucking beach. There was so much sand around this motherfucker. And when I moved in, I slowly, like I said, started harvesting or dropping my shit out into the yard, throwing grass seeds around. I started in the front. Right now, I'm probably about 3/4 of the way around the house right now. The yard's got fucking grass. 5 years for me dumping pots out there, chucking grass seed. It's kind of funny because I think, if at one point the perlite didn't give me away, now the lawn gives me away because everybody else has that like piney forest yard. You know what I'm talking about, where it's kind of bare and little spots of grass. That's what all my neighbors have. But me now, I have a nice lush lawn. It ain't all sand; it's lush. It completely sticks out for the environment. To be honest with you, I've always think it's kind of funny myself.
That is funny, man. You got to throw a bunch of cover crop out there now. Get that, whatever it is, the 12 mix blend, and just chuck that out there.
I'm about ready to fucking chuck that shit out there rather than put that shit in my pots again, man. I'm still fucking gun shy about fucking that shit, man. I don't know, man. I think I'd rather go with a compost or some kind of wood chips or fucking something than the cover crop. I like the idea of what the cover crop's doing. I just don't like the extra invitation for pests.
Yeah, see, because I used it. I used the Dutch white clover, and then also the crimson red clover in one of my things or one of my pots. And sure enough, it did get like a bunch of like flying pests come in. But the good thing was they weren't actually attacking the plant; they were attacking the cover crop, which was cool. So I was seeing them, which was like driving me crazy. I was like, "Fuck, all these bugs around my plant," but they were all just chilling in the cover crop, like for the most part. But yeah, I did the same thing. I switched to the wood chip mulch, and I just do that instead. And I just do seed sprout teas now. Like
See, there you go. You just kind of hit it though. Now you got a fucking cover crop infested with fucking aphids or some shit like that. Then you go, what are you gonna do from there? You're gonna re-amend that shit and push them right back into your soil and reuse that shit for a never-ending problem? Nah, I don't know. I just no.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened to me, and that's exactly what happened to my soil mix. But then I eventually hit it with like nematodes and a few other things I seen like this chili powder, soil drench. I forget who that was on Future Cannabis Project. I was like, fuck it, it won't hurt to try it. And sure enough, them fuckers, it killed all the ones that were like, I don't know, the larvae, I guess you could say. And then same with the nematodes, that helped get rid of them too.
Could always use diatomaceous earth. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
right. Bug carcasses, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. The bug bodies, slicing them all up. Little blades, chopping them up.
What
That's
was you
why I
gonna
said
say,
all the
Smile?
beetles. Sorry about that.
What are you smoking on, Smiley? I don't think we ever asked you.
Sunset Impressions. It's from Gage Green Group.
What's the cross on that?
Let me look here. I always forget now.
Yeah, I know. It's hard with all the crosses these days, dude.
It's a weird one too. So it's like,
I assume there's some kind of Sunset Sherbet in it.
no, actually,
No. Huh.
it has it's Cherry Pie Kush, cross the Triangle Kush, cross the High School Sweetheart, Then cherry pie kush crossed to grateful breath. So you can see why I can't.
Yeah, I don't know much about the high school sweetheart, but that triangle kush is some fire.
Yeah, the high school sweetheart is one I was after. So I got a few different crosses right now in the garden that have high school sweetheart. Actually, the one I smoked right before this was honeymoon from Gage Green, which is high school sweetheart by Wedding Cake. And then I have High Mac, which is high school sweetheart by the Mac Stomper.
What's the terps you get off the high school sweetheart, or are there different like phenos of it?
I'm not exactly sure. That's why I was trying to hunt it down. It was, I don't know, it's an award winner though. But I am starting to pick up on it now though a little bit. It's kind of more of a floral, like a floral with a, not that gas, but I guess it finishes in that like musty kind of dank smell.
Kind of like a haze-ish type of thing, maybe.
I don't know. It lingers in your upper sinus, I know by it. So it's that kind of a smell.
Yeah, it's always some good stuff.
Yeah, man, that's really one of my favorites to look for, or favorite smokes always, like, is when that, like, you can pass the joint and it's still kind of, you know what I mean? You're still tasting it, breaths afterwards and shit. Take a deep breath and you're like, damn, I still taste that shit. Yeah, that's the way.
Yeah, the lingering flavor, that's always the best shit right there. Or especially when you get something and you smell it and then you get like the same flavor on the exhale off of it, and especially if it does linger too, that's another bonus. But yeah, when it actually tastes like it smells, that's always good.
Yeah.
What is that? The Sesco terps that you're looking for, or is that the mono terps? I don't
Yeah,
even know.
monos and Sesqua, and yeah, there's other ones too, or whatever it is that goes up. But yeah.
I'm a nerd with all that shit. I pretend to not know anything like that, but like in comments and
The
chat.
fact that you even know like the two of them, you know more than like probably 50% of the people in chat
Yeah,
watching. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of
listen to
smart people in
Joe all
chat.
day.
Shout out
Like,
chat.
Yeah.
yeah, shit like that. Forgot about them. Not really. I was thinking about what kind of shit they're talking. Or what are they saying right now? Oh, fuck. Keep choking my ass off.
So
Gotta mute it.
this Sunset Impressions is actually the mom of the seeds that Eagle just dropped. So, and I have the Sky Colored Kush from Freeborn Selection that was the male that propagated that. So it should be pretty fire, man. It's fucking should be a nice plant, nice little plant.
Is that the crocodile eye? Was that the other parent of the strain, or was that a different one?
No, those are seeds he got from Mr. Spliff, was it?
Mr. Spliff, yeah, that's the crocodile eye is the killer queen dial times the doggish. I'm never gonna get that one right. Never
I don't
gonna
think
get that.
any of
It's
us
never
will.
gonna focus on it either. You'd have to like spell it out.
It focuses sometimes. That's it.
Yeah, dude.
I just can't read the
Last
shit.
time it did focus. Oh, you're
Can't
still
read it.
fucking close. Come on. Oh, there it is. Right there. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's an unsayable word. It's just one of those words. Really hard to say.
Oh,
Thomas?
isn't that Dumash? Isn't that?
Dumas?
Yeah, that's from a
Yeah.
heavy metal song, isn't it? One of the.
Too much.
You thinking like that fucking, what was it? Duhas.
Oh, that's too
Is that
hot.
the one you're thinking
Yeah,
of?
that's what I was thinking of, but yeah, you're right.
I know
It's
it's
close, not even close.
Yeah.
Rammstein or something.
You gotta ask him who the fuck named that. Or whatever. Ask him how to pronounce it. It probably means something, and we're missing it. It's probably one of those. He'll tell you. You'll be like, "Oh fuck, I can't even see it."
Just a secret strain, bro. No one will ever know what it is.
That's what.
Yeah, we gotta. We're working our way through those. Well, hell, I think I've only got about 10 more packs of those, and then I'm working my way through the other packs he sent, the Sonic Sherb. So I'm looking through and passing those out too.
So I'm confused on that, Eagle. How's that giveaway work? Because I keep seeing people comment like after the videos posted their numbers, but when does that get announced that they won, or how does that work exactly? We should, I guess, go over that now since we're here.
So basically, the winner for the comments, I almost like that better. You know, if I'm going to do one contest per day, it might as well be for everybody. And it seems like more and more people are picking up on it. And I was thinking about this yesterday, and this was not the reason why I chose to do this. It was more an idea to include everybody. But for like YouTube like standards, it's a good way to build up the comments to like show the activity to YouTube a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But so basically, the contest, no numbers in this chat, in the live chat, only numbers in the comment section after the show. You know what I mean? Or even right now, you could leave a comment, but that's the section the numbers go.
Yeah, no numbers in live chat. Do it in the comment after the video, or like he said, just post a comment on the video itself, not in the live chat if you want to be entered in.
So, and then right about, 4 o'clock or so every day, I'll announce that winner. You know what I mean? I'll look out through the chat and announce the winner. And then somebody from the night before, like tonight, one of you guys will pick the number. If you're still on the panel, you want to make yourselves eligible or not, Mr. Green Fingers. So yeah, then I'll announce tonight's winner tomorrow. So
And then also, Eagle, real quick, they say that name that we can't pronounce is the name of a Native American tribe, I believe, in chat. I think someone posted, but it just went by real fast. But I read that real quick.
Blaze Daily on that. It's in Washington State, which makes sense because this from Washington. So, yeah. Wonder if it's quite obvious, really. I wonder if it's like a local bred strain over there.
Yeah, man, we got a bunch of stuff like that around here too, here in California, because there's a bunch of like Indian reservations, which, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, they got a bunch of their own little stuff going on, even though they're like super against it because it's like federal land technically. So, but the Native Americans can get away with pretty much whatever they want as long as they're like actual Native Americans, you know?
Well, I was just going to say Alex Hardy was talking about that, where he was talking with some of the original native tribes around in his area too. He's in Utah or something. I don't know. He was telling a story about that on FCP, that he was finding some of the like the Navajo or whatever tribes genetics that they had or whatever.
Well, yeah, realistically,
I
they're
could
probably
see
some of the people that have been using it the longest and have been like actually manipulating the plant or breeding it for their own purposes, you know, because they were all about agriculture and trading and all that type of stuff. So, and they were known to smoke for like spiritual and medical reasons, or at least use it as like oil or whatever.
It's kind of like peyote and whatnot. It's like a sacred thing or a sacrament thing.
Yeah.
You know, I was in the book the spirit of plant medicine that I've been listening to. They say that like back in ceremonies back in Indian tribes like that, yes, cannabis was used at certain points, but a lot of times tobacco had more of a weight to it than cannabis did, especially when dealing with plants. You know, plant medicine. They chose to use tobacco. With their ceremonies with, humans, one another, they tend to use cannabis. When it was plant medicine, they tend to use tobacco and stuff.
We need the tobacco leaf to wrap the cannabis in.
Well, that and I mean, the tobacco back then wasn't sprayed with a bunch of pesticides and had a bunch of additives and bullshit added to it. It was just the raw tobacco plant.
But if you don't smoke tobacco and you do something like a raw leaf tobacco, like probably what they were doing like that shit'll fucking hit you hard too, man.
Dude, I remember being like 15 years old smoking whaps of tobacco out of like a little freaking water bottle bong I made. Just smoke that and get like real lightheaded and trip out.
Get dizzy and your arms and shit get all heavy. Then you get
That was a
nauseous.
30-minute joint.
It's not cool, but
I still can't do that shit, dude. Like everyone, well, not anymore, but I used to go to the hookah bars with my friends a lot. And dude, every time I go to the hookah bar, I'd be like, dude, I gotta go to the bathroom and throw up. Like the fucking tobacco would fuck me up every time.
Duwamish, Eagle, you seen that? Blaze is hooking you up.
See that?
Good
Yeah,
looking
Blaze
out,
Daily, shout out.
digging that shit up. It's like, that's what it is,
Appreciate
dummy.
that. You don't know how many times. There's been like 3 times now I've had guests on the show where I've had to go. All right. Now that I've got you in front of me, you want to go ahead and take your shots at me about the name and correct me before we get on air.
I still like your name better, Eagle. What was it? The Amish dog or dog Amish?
Something, yeah, close to that. Something close to that. Oh, man. It's all good. Smoking with Small Town was one of my favorites. Because he kind of called me on that shit when he got on. He's like, you gonna get that right today? It's smoking with. Smoking with. He even told me, he's like, fucking he said, man, I told my girl I'm gonna do this show today with this cat that keeps fucking up my name. I'm gonna still do it anyway. I was like, oh, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. But I've got it right every day since, so I definitely had changed my notes.
Shout out to him, man. He's a real cool dude. He's really entertaining to watch, too. I haven't seen much of him lately, and I've never really checked out his channel after that, but I really should because he's really entertaining.
Definitely cool, dude. Fucking hold his own, man. I don't drink anymore, but man, even when I was drinking, I would still be impressed by that fucking the dab. What was it? The fucking he did like 3 things at once.
He like
took
dabbed, shotgun, and then dabbed again or something like that, or dab, shotgun, smoked the bowl, I think it was.
Yep. Something of that fact. I think it was bong, a beer, and then a dab, something like that. That's impressive, man. And he did. It wasn't like it was a one and done either, man. He did them all fucking night long.
What was that?
Smoking with Small Town.
Oh. He's been doing.
Man, he's a real cool guy.
I was gonna say he's been doing a few lives. I've seen it pop up on my the YouTubes or whatever. It's cool.
Is that his YouTube channel also? Smoking a Small Town?
I think so. Very cool. Hey, Eagle, you ever talk to the Caribou Hearts guys?
Well, what is it? 71DP0. I think I actually got it right for one time. We'll be here tomorrow.
Okay. All right, I'm going there tomorrow. Caribou come hang out on their show, so I was gonna do that tomorrow.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Do a little swapping, huh? Do a little.
Shit, He's funny as hell. He tries to make
he was
serious and keep everybody in line. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, man. I met him for the first time up north this weekend, and pretty cool guy, man. Pretty cool guy. So yeah,
Uncle Rick was there?
Huh?
Uncle Rick was up north?
No. The 7-1 DP.
Oh, yeah. I met him too. Yeah. He had a cool
Uncle
shirt
Rick,
on.
I don't think was up there.
No, I don't think he was either. Funny though. So I'll have to sharpen up my Canadian, my northern Minnesota.
Yeah. Minnesota, eh?
Nah, they're good guys. It's funny. Fun.
Some better.
I actually, man, I really love, like, I have a lot of memories of like traveling and you run into people on vacation or whatever, and it seems like on a lot of vacations I run into people from Canada, and they're like the people you fucking hang out and party with all week and shit, you know, and you just fucking happen to run into them on the bus ride to the resort or whatever and start chatting, and they're cool as hell. It's always been that way, man. Shout out to Canadians. Seem like they're always the coolest to hang out with.
Definitely.
It's funny stuff.
Not many Canadians down here in San Diego. I don't think they like the heat.
I don't know, man. Quite the change, I guess. I was just trying to think, are there any deserts in Canada? There's no deserts in Canada, is there?
Nah, too far north. I don't think there's any desert up there.
I suppose it kind of is, right, with all the snow and like wilderness, but they still got trees and shit up there.
Yeah, maybe
It's not like
maybe there was a once upon a time desert buried underneath tons of snow. Maybe that's maybe.
yeah, it's a lot of land, man. I know that. A lot of land.
It's crazy. It gets like what, negative 30 degrees Fahrenheit or something up there? I couldn't fucking imagine being outside in negative 30-degree Fahrenheit weather.
They go by Celsius though, bro.
Yeah, I don't know the conversion to that. That's like what? Like 30? Well, I don't know what that is actually. 30 degrees Celsius about? Something like that.
So speaking of
Remember
Bigfoot,
a few
Or
winters
no,
up
like
here
1
in
degree.
Michigan like that.
I was just watching this thing in Canada on Bigfoot. There's I don't know, there's Monster Files or some shit. Caught my attention, but dude, it was pretty weird, man. There's this fucking basic it's like a fly-in cabin way the fuck up in Canada, dude. Like, I forget what town or whatever, but it was like, yeah, they fly into it. You're there for a week or whatever, and it's like the only cabin around. There's nothing around it, you know. And the owner flies in to check on it, and like, you know, it had gotten broken into and vandalized, like, and nothing was taken. Just shit was just, you know, the door was ripped off the hinges and shit like that, and fucking all this shit thrown all over the place. But it was like nobody would have been up there, you know. And then he laid this, I forget what they call them, but where it's like a board with the nails coming up through.
Bear mat.
A what?
A bear mat.
Yeah,
Like
something like, yeah.
Bears from getting through.
And dude, it left us there. Whatever it was that walked through there stepped on that mat, and it left a bloody footprint that was like 17 or 18 inches long. The fucking footprint was. It was like, holy shit, man. I don't know. Might be all they set it all up or whatever, but
Yeah, those bear boards or bear. Those things they save a lot of people's lives out in, like, they put them up before they go to bed, under their windows and in front of their doors. Those bears will fucking eat your ass alive. They'll eat you right when you're sleeping, crunch your head. And,
through your window and shit.
unless you got dogs, and even if it's hungry and fucking just a crazy ass old fucking injured bear, They're
Yeah.
fucking
Fuck
they're
yeah.
more worthless than a young healthy one. So they're willing to fucking eat your fucking ass right there as you sleep.
Hell
They,
yeah.
they smell you,
So they
crawl
put
in.
those. That's like normal practice then, huh? I didn't realize that.
You get screws and nails. You want the screws so it steps in and then it rips out and then fucking leaves a whole bunch of fucking so it doesn't come back. You know, it's like it won't come back after that shit.
Yeah, so it's like it steps on it and fucking freaks out, and because that's what they were saying. Like they're the way they do them. It's like a person would have seen it and known not to step on it. You know what I mean? If it was
Yeah.
somebody there vandalizing the place, they would have known not to step on that or whatever.
And if you don't, tough luck, you know? Like that's the whole thing. It's like should have fucking not been there.
But you say this is like a little cabin where people go like to specifically try to find Bigfoot, right?
No, not at all. Not at
Oh.
all. No.
Okay, so they were just doing like
it's kind of become that now because they've like over a 10-year span. There's been like 4 different incidences. There was I don't know. There was another guy another story of people that rented the cabin and were staying there and had something outside the fucking cabin shaking it and shit and like yeah I don't know. That'd be freaky as fuck too, man. Some big ass thing shaking your whole trailer. You're out in the middle of the fucking nowhere like that. Like, better have some guns with you, bro. Something.
That's what's crazy about up here in California. We got the Big Bear Mountain and like Lake Arrowhead and stuff. But dude, there's a bunch of bears up there, and at night, like you'll hear the bears going through your trash and like just scratching at stuff. It's crazy, like giant raccoons, but they're freaking like deadly, dude. And like you'll see just the cubs running across the street, and you'd be like, "Oh, look at the cute little bears!" But then of course the mom's like right there waiting, so she'll come running out of the bushes and charge your car and shit. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's psycho.
Yeah.
So I seen fucking some video footage of a kangaroo the other day. I was surprised, man, fucking how aggressive the kangaroo was and the fucking
They're
how like
cute, dude.
yeah, that thing was fucking it looked like it had a fucking 6-pack fucking human arms. This thing was like it'd come up to the house and it was like looking in the fucking bouncing around, like looking in the window, and all of a sudden he like smacked the window, and then all of a sudden he just like fucking started like chest bumping the fucking window, fucking bam, bam, fucking looking in there like, come on, motherfucker. I was like, holy shit, I didn't realize they were so aggressive like that. But oh man, that's kind
Did
of
you see
wild.
the video? The dude was like running his dog or something, and the dog went out and was getting mixed up with the kangaroo, and the dude runs out after his dog, and he's fucking standing off with the kangaroo, dude. He gives him the 1-2 and shit, man. He fucking bopped the kangaroo right in the nose and shit. It was like, leave my dog alone. Funny as hell.
It was a mastiff or something. It was a big dog too. He was just holding it like it was nothing. Like the dog was nothing. He couldn't even get away from him. He just like ripped, just fucking all muscles all the way down. Like and the guy's like, what the fuck? Like, and he let go of the dog, and then he still got punched. He's like, he let go of the dog. And he's like what? Like, what are you gonna do? And he's like,
They're all gangster and shit. Like, what, motherfucker?
like a man, but he wasn't a man. So it's like, what the fuck? Like, he took it like a grown ass man. Like,
I don't know, man. That's fucking. Yeah, they're mean. I don't think I'd want one fucking squaring off, man. I think they'd fuck you up pretty quick.
not like you could throw a kick faster than it. You got just a little bit of reach when you, so like you just gotta have that reach and fucking so you don't get kicked in the guts or in your balls, you know, like that's the worst.
Better have a game plan for sure.
Reach for the sand and throw it in your thighs and run. Just fucking.
Those things have claws too, don't they?
They got pretty big nails.
That's
Yeah.
true.
No, they're strong. They're fucking all muscle.
You guys have wrestle pig. Right here, have wrestle pig.
You wrestled a pig?
Yeah, I have actually. It used to be in my hometown there. That used to be like a summertime like carnival event. Seriously, man, you fucking and you knew it was happening when the carnival was happening. You knew that week peg wrestling was happening. You could get a 4-man team going, and they would fucking dig a big old fucking pit. And the day of the fucking, they'd put a can, big old 55-gallon drum in the center of this fucking thing. I'm just not. Then they would fucking, the day of the pig wrestling, they would fucking come in with a tanker truck and hose down that pit to where it was just knee deep fucking mud. And they would fucking you have your team, 4-man team, you'd spread out. They'd fucking let that pig loose in there. And, you fuckers had to grab that fucker and put it on top of the can. Quickest time. Quickest time.
Did you see what about
Seriously.
Bob's comment? He said that you wrestled a pig and dated a cow. That was a good callback
No.
right there.
Never dated no cow. No.
Hippopotamus.
Never dated no cow. Definitely
You had the
have
four
wrestled.
titty lady, remember?
Oh, all right. Yeah, go. All right. Call my bluff there. Call my bluff. Never thought about it like that, but yeah,
Got
I
him
guess
up the water.
I never really thought about it like that, but
Fuck yeah.
she was.
Yeah.
She
I
wasn't a
just
big
seen
girl.
what about
Big breasted. Not big girl. It's funny.
It's all silent.
Small towns. Small towns. What can I say? What can I say? Where are the crickets when you need them?
At least you were the one getting sold out to the big girl. Get wasted, pass out, fucking. You guys just let him get taken off. She just hauls him away like, hey. Look it out,
It
guys.
was a fun small town. What can I say? What can I fucking say? Shit.
so anyways, Eagle, change the topic. What new seeds you got going? You say you're getting rid of a bunch of stuff. What did you already say what it was? Was that what you were talking about? You got some new strains from the guy. He said you'd make the room.
Oh, from that was for MedGrower 1 there.
All right. Do you have anything else going besides the stuff he sent you that you're gonna start up?
Yeah, last night I just dropped the power pellets from Empire Breeding Co., which is the pink runts times barbecue gorilla version 2. And then I'm dropping the Milkman, or I did last night, the Milkman, which is the cereal milk times BBQ gorilla version 2. I dropped that crocodile eye. I dropped that tester beans from Smiley. And what? Oh, right there. Power pellets, crocodile's eye, mother's milk, or the Milkman, and, cheese sauce. I don't know who the breeder is by that one. That was something that Candy Kate gave me. Some fem beans, which is UK cheese times something else. I forget what it was. But some fem beans. So I dropped one of those for the hell of it, just to see.
Hell yeah, that cereal milk's fire. You said that was crossed to the barbecue gorilla, right?
Yep.
That should be good.
Gorilla Glue times face on fire.
That'll be some real good shit then. And then what's about Smiley? Is that the one that you have the name, but you're not releasing the name yet?
I don't know the etiquette on that, I guess. It's all in testing.
What'd you say? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I'm not sure the etiquette on that. Should I say?
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, that's why I don't know.
I
But
would
I mean, I
throw
guess
it
you
out
should say the name. May as well.
myself.
You would?
What's up?
I was gonna call it hippie.
Yeah, I could. Well, Say it again, Smiley.
I was gonna call it hippie goggles.
And what's the cross on that?
It's that Sunset Impressions hit with the Sky Color Kush.
Okay. That's pretty sweet, man. See how that comes out. And then also, Eagle, what's the cross on the power pellets?
That is the Pink Runs times the BBQ Gorilla time V2. Can equate. Jeez. To answer, who is it? DLP in chat. Kenna Kate is working with Seed Seller now. She was actually ran into her this weekend too. It was kind of an awkward weekend. A lot of people that I haven't seen in a long, long time was hanging out there, but it was cool. Yeah, she's working with Seed Seller and hoping to get her on the show as well. She's one of the few people that from that time that I haven't had on. So overdue.
Right on. That's cool. At least you got to see him. And I just smoked a bowl of nothing. If you've seen that, that was a good hit of butane.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed that one.
I was gonna say something.
So
Fuck. Forgot.
that matcha got twisted, bro.
I was
Still
gonna
got
say
it
something.
twisted.
I was gonna say something, but I forgot. He made me fucking forget. Fuck. It wasn't important, but it was something. Oh,
Squirrel.
I forgot. Squirrel for real. I didn't want to cut my finger twice. I almost cut it once. Almost. Trying to make a filter. I'm fucking. I passed. Next.
So do you guys excuse me, Mr. Greenfinger, Smiley? I remember it, but I just like this the verification of it. Do you guys remember the number from yesterday?
Mm. Let me see.
Sorta. I want to say 51, but
All I gotta do
That
is go
was
back.
it.
Yeah. I
So
think-
far, I believe I'm thumbing through comment section right now. And I believe the closest I see to that 51 is a 57 from Jason Eiston. So I think I'm calling that the winner.
winner.
Jason Eiston. Congratulations. You get another mug and some beans. Which is good because I know he doesn't have this mug. He doesn't have the mug. Starting a collection, I guess. He's got a small collection.
Yeah, he's one lucky guy.
Chad's
I've
hard.
seen him win a bunch of stuff before on other channels too.
Oh man.
There's a few of them. Like Chicha's like that. She seems to snag quite a bit of stuff.
Bean holders.
Got that
I ain't
lucky
down with no
number.
bean
Good
holders.
luck.
You gotta pop them. Popping beans every day.
Shit, dude, I got a buddy that just won. He won Sin City Seeds collector packs that they were giving away. So that was 100 different packs of Sin City Seeds all in one box. It's kick ass. And then he just won a fucking Curador thing off of Instagram giveaway or whatever too. So he's getting it. It's custom made for him or whatever. I don't know. They're gonna put his logo and shit all over the Curador. Whatever. It's like that's badass, dude. Fucking been picking up big prizes.
So
Hell
before
yeah.
we pick out the number for tomorrow,
I'm jumping out.
again, last time to bail, guys. Last time to bail.
I fucking
So
Shit, I don't need no extra seeds. I already got too many, man.
I don't need them, but
all right then.
I'm selfish. Fuck.
So with that being said, I guess Mr. Hacho, you from 0 to 420. do you want to pick out the winning number for tomorrow? Put it in the Zoom chat. And for the rest of you guys, starting now, yep, I seen the number. Starting now, you can start putting your numbers in the comment section of the show. So that starts now. And tomorrow,
Not in chat, guys. In the comment section. You got to switch to comment on the video, not comment in the chat.
Thank you. Thank you. So good luck. Congratulations, Jason Eyestone. Tomorrow, I hope it's one of you guys. Good luck.
Yeah, man. It's dope. Yeah, there's been a lot of seeds given away. I was thinking that, well, I guess in one of the past garden updates, I was pointing that out, but too, like just right in the garden, I got American One, Mystic Marks, SoCal, you know, 2 of them from Sergeant Pepper, like, just, you know, one from, yes, one from, you know, Miranda Family Farms gave me the Jack Skillingtons and all that too.
Right. And the more seeds that go around, the better. You know, it helps preserve the genetics. So in case anything ever does happen, like the genetics will still be around. And then plus other people get to try it, which is cool. That's like the coolest thing to me. It's like Chicha B is going to have some of my Rose Skittles crossed to Zukis and some of my Jackfruit, which is my Jack the Wrecker crossed to Forbidden Mints. So that'll be cool.
That shit sounds fucking fire as fuck.
Fucking Jilly Bean too, man. That's another one.
But I mean, the reason I say that though too is because honestly, I see cannabis going the way that beer probably is once it's more legal. You know, like they'll probably try to wipe out most genetics and only have like 30 different beers that you can go get at the store or whatever. You know, so you'll have like 30 different strains maybe or whatever it may be. But with people passing the strains around and everyone growing them, it'll just help keep the genetics going for longer and make that harder to do.
Yeah.
Harder to bottleneck it, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I open pollinate. I just don't want to bottleneck nothing out. So I just let everything live and everything recreate.
I'm all ready to light this joint. It's not even 420 yet, ish. Not even 402 yet.
This was a 30-minute joint that I rolled for the last 20, for the last 420. It lasted from 420 to fucking.
throw some hash in my next joint. Some of that Lebanese hash there. You know, it does smoke completely different. And this, when I smoked this, or I smoked some earlier, threw some in. Actually, didn't even bowl it. I smoked it in a joint, just like I'm gonna do now. But you could still taste that old school hash. That's the same taste I remember from when I was a fucking kid. First experiences with hash, that same taste. It's very nostalgic for me. It may not even be as strong as, you know, a lot of the bubble I smoke nowadays, but it's definitely takes me back because of the nostalgic aspect of it. Same. That same taste. I mean, it's close your eyes. You could actually relive that memory. You know what I'm saying? It's that close. That close.
Yeah, and it's a whole different experience too. Like with the bubble hash, especially if it's like a bubble melt, like it'll kind of just melt into the bud or whatever you're smoking. But the hash, like the Lebanese or Moroccan hash, the rock, you stick that in a bowl and light it, you could hit that like a million times and get high off it every time and still get that good hash flavor, you know, like that spicy, just aged, cured taste. I know exactly what you're talking about. You made any bubble hash lately, Eagle?
Oh, it's definitely getting time. It's definitely getting time. It's been a few months, man, but I'm ready.
Right on. I'm about to do my next run pretty soon here too, probably in the next 3 or 4 weeks.
I got a material for I actually got some lower nugs, some popcorns, a bucket of popcorns, and a bucket of trim. So yeah, it's ready. I'm time. It's I just have to find time because I'm out of hash. Otherwise, I wouldn't be buying fucking extracts. I'd just be smoking my hash.
Yeah, man, I feel you. I have like no type of extract right now either, just flowers, so it kind of sucks.
That sucks. Jeff was saying his seeds don't get to him. So I know I sent a package of them to him, but they said they never showed up. That sucks.
Hey, it happens sometimes. I sent out some seeds. I sent out some seeds to a friend of mine, and he got them, but dude, they were all like smashed. Like someone had found them and put like something inside the bag I put them in. I don't know what it was, like some weird black powder shit. And the seeds were like literally crushed. Like 2 of the seeds survived in each of the bags. I was like, oh shit, dude.
Yeah.
I just think a lot of that is the fucking post office sometimes because the same method was used so many different times for everybody else. And most would make it, some would fucking show up fucking crushed. Fucking suck.
Yeah. And then my dad works for the USPS, so I know how that works. Like, I get some packages sometimes. You know, some of your guys' packages probably don't make it and come to me.
Shit, there's been a couple of people that haven't even got their packages for it was almost a month and a half. Even sending packages to Canada it can be fucking a little bit of wait sometimes.
Yeah, you're trying to think of how long ago that was. It had to have been a few months ago. I don't have any way to find it either. It sucks.
Boy with the nature background. Check that out. Ominous blue.
Yeah, guys, get this. I'm like sitting outside. It's midnight. I just wanted to show you. It's actually a little more light here than this little notepad showing, but I just was smoking out here. I got the vegging plants right near me, so I'm kind of in the garden. But it was over 80 degrees today. So it's still got a little bit of that lingering heat, which, you know, for the beginning of August, you know, in about 6 weeks, it ain't going to be any question of darkness and cold because it's going to be on your doorstep. It's real pleasant.
It's cool. That's true.
That's crazy. You don't think of it as getting that hot out there, but I guess it does.
Yeah, I'm in the interior, and it's known to have extremes of like, you know, 100 degrees warmth, you know, and maybe like these are guesstimates, but like maybe 80 below. I mean, like, you know, back in the old days, back in the 50s or whatnot, they used to actually have more extreme conditions than now. So like, I think that 74 below in a place called Northway, which is, you know, on the highway, but it's a little rural village, and that's extreme. But I don't think it gets that cold that often anymore.
You're allowed to say it, Buddha Boy, is before global warming.
You know, I all I know is that things actually have changed and all of that, but everything's changed. You know, I've changed. You know, the weed's changed. Huncho's changed. Look at him. It looks like he's changed a lot since the last time I saw him. I'm just joking.
No doubt.
But yeah, man.
Hey, Huncho, you said you've been working on some seed projects. What's your latest seed project that you're excited about?
Probably right now it's the jackfruit that I made, which is the Jack the Wrecker crossed to the Forbidden Mints, which is Sim City Seeds Forbidden Fruit crossed to their Sim Mint cookies. And that's coming out pretty fire. First, I was kind of disappointed because I was trying to get rid of the forbidden fruit, like smell and taste, and get the purple from it, or from the forbidden mint. But I didn't get like hardly any purple, but I did get the good structure, so that's good. It's one of my biggest yielding plants. And
Excellent.
but yeah, now that it's getting older too and starting to get close to like harvest time, it actually is starting to like purple a little bit. Not as much as I wanted it to, but it does have hints of purple on it, which is pretty cool. And I've only ran 2 of them so far out of like the thousands of seeds I have of it. So there's a lot more opportunities for cool stuff to come out.
It must be rewarding. It sounds like a fun experiment, and it sounds like it's a, you know, people make as good of intelligent crosses as they can, I think, you know, so that sounds like a good one.
Yeah, man, I guess I'll take you guys in there right now. It's nighttime, but I don't care. I'll turn the light on. They're about to be harvested soon anyway. Just give me a second.
What's up with you, Boo?
I guess I didn't really pick an idea that was good for visual effect, but it sure is comfortable out here. I'm sitting in the dirt, you know, whereas Eagle's been talking about grounding. Well, I'm grounding my ass, and it's kind of soft, kind of, you know, what probably was like a peat moss, you know, with moss and things like that on the forest floor. So it makes you feel like, man, maybe that's how a mushroom feels, just real comfortable.
Bare assed on the moss floor.
Yeah.
Nice, man. That's more grounding than I do. I just fucking walk barefoot.
I love the background, Buddha boy. That nights right there, to me, when I get those nights here in Michigan, them are the perfect microdose nights, man. Them are good nights where you can go out, kind of walk around. Any other night, man, up here, you like right now, no fucking way you're thinking about walking around here. Definitely not without no flashlight. With the nights like that, where the sky's got that luminous blue to it. Oh man, them are just, especially the only time that I think they get better than that is like a winter time when you got the snow and everything's like super bright and it's like a weird time. Oh man, them are the best.
Yeah, definitely. I had a lot of energy today. I went for a run. I did some activities. I've been kind of just organizing, you know, kind of just tidying up. You know, I've kind of been lax about many things, but like I said, I did some transplanting yesterday, and I'm just kind of, you know, organizing, because when you're too busy, you can't, and when you're too, you know, but at any rate, I know what you mean. It does feel like a good night for tripping. For sure.
I was bummed. Monday nights are usually the night for me. Micro Mondays, basically. But man, I fell a little late on it. I was looking at it earlier. I was like, shit, it's already 3 o'clock. It's too fucking late now. Shit. I missed my opportunity for Monday tonight. Bummer. Oh well.
Hey, Huncho, can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you.
Are you going to another room?
Oh no, I was just giving you guys a quick little shove. You guys were talking, so I didn't want to interrupt you, but I don't want to keep the light on in there too long.
Gotcha. That looked nice. I appreciate that. I'm just saying, you know, I know
Yeah,
you're a great partner.
Hey, thanks, bro.
Yeah. And I like the idea that you harvest a lot of your amendments, you know, wild crafting and stuff like that. I've heard you mention that a number of times. That's something that if I knew what the fuck I was doing, I'm in a forest right now. I'm telling you, I'm sitting my ass right here. Is like this. I bet you there's probably 100,000 microbial things right here or within, you know, some distance of here that's probably better than even what I'm doing right now, or just as good. So I would like to learn to do that, because it's like, you know, what if you went off the grid and couldn't get sea kelp, or couldn't get, you know, Miracle Grow or advanced nutrients, or, you know, biodynamic compost?
Yeah, man, 100%. I haven't been doing as much lately as I wanted to, but that's just because for the most part, like I got big into the KNF and the Jadam type of stuff. But as I got into doing that, like a lot of stuff started getting messed up in my soil. And I just had so much new stuff that I was trying that I
Cool,
didn't really
Smiley.
know where it went wrong. But
Nigel Palmer, huh?
Copy,
Did you see he was showing that book of regenerative materials that are available from the Regenerative Conference by some guy named Nigel?
Yeah, the title is The Regenerative Grower's Guide to Garden Amendments. So it's using local source materials to make mineral and biological extracts and ferments. It's like a whole recipe book, basically. Pretty cool.
It would be a totally different language for me. And I'm not joking, you know. I mean, I understand how things work in the world and how chemistry works and how things decompose and how things carbohydrates work and things and fermentation. But it's like this, it is a new way of looking at things. And I really do like the natural world. But when you take on a task like that, then pretty soon you're like really like turning into a botanist. You're turning into a number of things that are like really expanding your repertoire. But it's like this are actually pretty serious things and they're kind of demanding. So I probably have like 30 or 40 more years left of life. I might as well give it a go. You know, I like to be like a caveman. I just like to get my mushrooms from off the ground, you know? So anyway, that's the deal there.
well, I mean, you can always experiment with it too and just try it in one pot. So that way you could actually see if there's a difference, you know, get a clone and get 2 clones of the same plant, run one with some of the amendments and one without it, see if there's a difference and stuff like that.
I believe in herbs, you know. I mean, you know, like the value of plant medicine, but maybe it's interesting to think of how plants can actually feed plants, you know. I keep hearing this again and again, a reoccurring thing. And my grandmother was an organic gardener as well. And I was raised by her, so I was always aware of the terms and the concepts and certain things about it. But there's a far cry from actually going out there and like, you know, applying it. And then, you know, here's the deal. They are plants. They can, if you know, put in the right inputs, they're going to respond. So you have to use some intelligence, I guess.
That's all we're doing is trying to get them to respond.
Right. Just coax a little bit of that genetic potential out of them, or if not anything else, a lesson in life that helps you improve your own game.
Yeah.
So
So
I noticed
part
one
of the
thing.
reason.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Buddha. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say a bunch of plants in my garden right now have close internodal spacing, but the plants out here that have vegged and went crazy, they all jumped up. They've got some of the biggest gaps between the internodals I've ever seen as a group. So I'm not any genius.
I just seen your latest breeding project on Instagram, Buddha Boy. That plant that was seeded looks pretty awesome, dude.
You know, here's the deal. I think that we all probably come across keepers more often than we would want to know, because like in my experience, as I gained experience, I couldn't really identify something that I knew when it was good, but I didn't know when it was a keeper. So I let a lot of things go, and I knew I would be doing that as a process. But, you know, looking back, I was kind of like a speed dater. I wanted to just experience as many things as I could in the shortest amount of time and keep doing it. You know, that was like variety. But now that I realize there really were some special plants, the only thing I can do is I can identify what those characteristics were that you know, that I related to, whether it was, you know, the terp profile, the cannabinoid thing, the chemovar, the internodal spacing, the how many leaves it had, all those things that you notice as a grower over the years, because you're going to notice those things. I think you would. And those things go hand in hand. Those observation skills go hand in hand with, I believe, the breeding skills. That's why basically the farmer who creates his own seed perpetuates his own stock and selects and breeds is really just being a good steward. So as we mature as people and as a group, I think that we kind of might encourage one another in that and not see it as a pollen chucking thing and not necessarily see it as a capital venture where you're gonna go out and make $1 million. But if you can actually have those seeds for the rest of your life or pass them on to your kids or your friends and family, I think that's really cool, man. I mean, I'm not preaching, I'm just saying that's what I feel about it.
No, dude, 100%. We all have that one plant that got away, We didn't keep the clone of it and it was good, but not even that. Think about all the plants when we're searching for a keeper. Think of all the plants that aren't a keeper that could have been the cure to some illness or what potential they could have had, If you would have ran them one more time, there's so many like that I think about that bother me sometime, but yeah, there's nothing you can do except for move on and try to find some new good stuff that'll help people out, That's why I'm telling Chicha B, I'm telling you, I hope you learn how to clone some of this stuff because it might not be coming around to too many other people. And you might not be able to get it again either. So
some of the best stuff is one-offs or limited edition type of things, I think, personally. And it's like this, it's an expression of the synergy of the breeder, the stock, the person who created it before, the times, the spirit of the times, you end up with all these, like, I swear, I'm not going to bullshit you. Most of the seeds I get are pretty darn good. I mean, I'm just the idiot who's too picky. You know what I mean? So it's like this, and one thing else that you pointed out is like a difference in growing between rounds is simply your first few times of getting to grow the plant, you may not actually tap its genetic potential at all. You may be impeding it, or maybe it's better to be, maybe pruned and squatter, and then it comes out with this totally different expression than this big viney thing. Maybe you find that out after you re-veg it or something. I'm just saying, there are tools that we have to preserve the plants that work for us, and one of them I think is re-vegging something and trying it again, even if you don't have more seeds. So
yeah, or even if you have a plant, that's maybe not your favorite or not the greatest plant, like it's still, if you hit it with something else, like hit it with a male that's really good, who knows what could come out of that, and the progeny of that plant that you could have possibly just thrown out.
Oh man, cheers. Fucking 420 slipped right by.
Here's the.
I'm so sorry I don't have a watch. I couldn't see it if I did.
Sorry.
I didn't even notice, and I don't go off man-made time.
No
I thought of
excuse,
it about 3 minutes ago. So what time is it? Let's see here. Oh, okay. Oh, it's 12:21. That's good. Awesome. Hey guys, chat. Everybody get real. Light up that little spark the Nelly,
You have a joint ready. Dead songs waiting for the fucking commercial. What other?
You download?
Trying to order.
You ain't downloaded
No. Still playing it from YouTube every night. In hopes that if I play it from them, they'll fucking, let me fucking get away with it, I guess. Over here trying to fucking order contests.
Fuck, you just reminded me I got to do the same thing, Eagle. I'm down to my last pair. That's 2 weeks.
Where do you get yours
It
from
has
there, Honcho?
I just get them at Walmart. But I'm actually due for I have to get an eye exam because my prescription just ran out too. So next time I got to go in, get an eye exam and redo that whole thing.
I'm going to try to order them online this time. Try to save a few bucks.
Which ones do you use?
Feels like It feels like Indian summer.
Bosh.
That's the way it gets. Even in August, it starts to shift just slightly, but it does have that nice feel. Like if this feeling, this just slight little crawl of warmth sticks around up through September and maybe even into the first week of October, then you're the luckiest person on earth. Anyway, I'm looking for this bud on the ground. There it is. What's going on, Green Fingers? Did you get a bong yet? I'll take that as a yes.
It's got this silicone
Yeah.
over there.
So how many seeds are you going to give away, Eagle? Seems like quite a few, huh?
Yeah. Well, there are 10 packs. I haven't counted exactly how many packs are here, but there's a few good days, a few good runs. We haven't even made the second pack yet. Still got, it looks like another 10 packs of the crocodile eye. So
Holy cow.
a few. And then I believe Med Grower One sending over hopefully a few packs to give away, and then some testers as well. We got some beans for a few more days to give away, some more mugs to give away.
Did you make 50 mugs originally? Was that the deal?
Shit, no, I buy way more. I gave 50 away this weekend, brother.
Oh, that's what you said. That was it. Sorry. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I had 50 made for last weekend. I'm thinking about having something made up for going down to Clio to give away. I don't know what. Maybe some koozies or some frisbees or some shit. I don't know.
That was real cough. Holy fuck. From in the wild.
Yeah, man, I know you didn't even do it on purpose, Eagle, but when I seen that you had the people commenting for the seeds, I was like, yep, you're a genius. Just because I knew that was going to boost you on the YouTube algorithm, and I knew that just giving away seeds in general is going to draw people in and have people tell their friends, hey, man, you got to come comment on this shit. And I know that wasn't what your original plan was. That's why I was going to ask you that same question before you answered it for me, so that's kind of cool.
No, I didn't even think about that till like the next day. But man, I could use some help staying a little higher in the algorithm. I ain't gonna lie, because I get smacked down quite a bit.
Yeah, they were just screwing you again lately, hiding your notification when you go live for a lot of people.
Yeah, I have not got one notification for like 4 months since I've been on the show. It's
In
crazy.
a way that makes me feel good that, you know, even without notifications, y'all awesome people still show up.
Well, I try to remember the time. Like tonight, I was like, I know today's mandatory wormhole, so I think that's 9:30 my time. But it ended up being like 2 hours later than that. But I just try to remember the time you go live, and I try to show up for that. But a lot of times I go to sleep pretty early. But if I'm up, and I'll watch it, or I'll just watch the next morning after.
Yeah, I was a little late tonight. A little late. I'm between doing some shit in the garden, you know, tying up some loose ends, cleaning up for my transplant. Then when I loaded up Zoom, it had an update, and after it loaded up, I was like, man, fucking. I like to see what I like to read what the update includes. You know what I mean? And now Zoom has a thing to where they've got apps for it. So basically, like right now, that's kind of why we were talking a few minutes ago. Fucking with it, man. You can games There's shit for business, all kinds of shit. So instead of a wheel, I might end up downloading like a fucking game at one point that we can play if things get to a stalemate. You know what I mean?
That'd be sick, dude. But I wonder if they're gonna be cannabis friendly or not with that. You know, if they see your channel's cannabis, are they gonna freak out or?
Well, Zoom doesn't give two shits, I don't think.
Well, that's what I'm thinking too. I think you should be fine on Zoom because it's not even like a channel necessarily. It's just like you're talking to people you know. You know.
And from what I could tell, it looks like all the apps so far are like from Zoom. You know what I mean? So should jive. Shit, there's
Well,
a
that's
bunch of
interesting.
fucking games actually. Huh. Yeah, I have to check that out tomorrow and see what kind of games they've got for that shit. Some of them look pretty fun though. Slow gentle cricket. Is that a cricket or just a chirp?
That's someone doing that now.
That was a bird.
Totally. I'm wondering if Buddha Boy's ass grew roots yet. It's starting to sprout them.
Oh boy, no, but my ass is grass.
Dark as fuck, dude. Looks cold.
Right.
This is bad, guys. I'm telling you, you guys. It's like kind of swimming in a lake at night. You know, when it's been warmed up, the water has, and you're kind of in those pockets of warmth. You know, it could be considered cold, but no, it's not right now, and not in any way. What's funny is I've just been kind of doing stuff outside all day just because it's just been so nice, and not every day do I slow down enough to do that.
Dude, I remember when when I visited Anchorage and we were at a campfire because my girlfriend's sister was getting married, so there was like a bunch of like get-togethers like that. But yeah, so we're sitting around, you know, playing games and whatever, and drinking, just hanging around a campfire, and like didn't even realize it was like 2 a.m. there because it was like I don't know, it was like evening almost is what it seemed to me, like 8, 9 o'clock or whatever it would be here, you know. Sun was going down, but it wasn't like dark yet or nothing. But that threw me for a loop.
Yeah, it's pretty magical. I'll say that much, just because you know, I've grown up and kind of identified with it for some time now. But it's like this; it shaped my sensitivity towards a lot of things. But the other extreme, though, is the short days and the cold days and December or whatnot. And um, it can be a little hard on you, so you got to make a point to be physically active and, you know, do those things that kind of the self-care type of things that make it just a little nicer, because it can be a little depressing. Yeah, come on, get real. It's not Hawaii. But I like it anyway. I think that one thing I'll speculate about is that I'll conjecture is that cold is cold, because I've been like in Texas and it was like 55 degrees and I got really cold. Or maybe it was like 48 degrees and it was real cold. And they're like, you're from freaking Alaska. You can't be cold. And I've been in Minneapolis, St. Paul in the deep autumn just before winter starting, and the wind's blowing and the wind's blowing. And I got so cold in Minneapolis, St. Paul, because I had on like a cotton jacket, you know, some type of little underprepared type of thing to be wearing. And so all I'm saying is that the elements can whittle you down, and things like hypothermia, you can get hypothermia when it's like, say, 80 degrees in the daytime and you've been hiking, and then suddenly you're in the desert, and suddenly it's like 40 degrees, and you've been dehydrated and all of that stuff, and you've been you got lost or something like that, you would die of hypothermia. So anyway.
1 million ways to die. Choose one.
I have to say one thing though, just about locales that people do live, and some of the people in chat are from Hawaii. And it's like this. I've never really been around the water that often. So in other words, things like, I can go out and swim because I'm physically strong and I got the idea, and kayak, but I kind of like some way some people feel about bears. I kind of feel that way about sharks. So I guess I'm not without fear.
About
I
shark.
wouldn't want to be. Yeah, it's sharks. It's like, come on, aren't they like predators, and we're just meat?
Pretty sure they can't come on the land though, so we're good. I'd be more scared of Bigfoot if I was you.
I'd be more scared of a grizzly bear. I don't know how tall they are, but I think it's so tall that it's like they're taller than Bigfoot. Bigfoot runs.
So how far? Like you don't see like polar bear are way the fuck up in the Arctic then, right? They never leave the ice or nothing, right?
Something really odd happened recently. And this is speculated that it was maybe global warming related. Is that a polar bear wandered down to about where the Arctic Circle is. That's about 200 miles north of me, to a native village, and they just they put him down. It was like they were concerned. It was like it was unusual and all of that. He was at the dump. I think he went to their dump and started eating. But it's like this for a I guess here's the deal. I'm not like a biologist, and I don't read National Geographic every month, but it is like this. The polar bear are under stress, some type of stress. Whether it's weather, maybe the guy had something going on inside of him. Sometimes they get parasites and get kind of wacky, but he didn't belong there.
Yeah, well, I actually just seen a thing on that where like polar bear have adapted to be where they're at in the North Pole or whatever, and Arctics like that. So yeah, they have to like eat and live on the ice basically. It's like their whole way of life is disappearing,
They'll be fine, trust me. They got polar bears at the San Diego Zoo, and it's hot as fuck down here, so they'll be good.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. We'll have to go feed them all fish every day. Huh?
Yeah, something like that. But it is honestly fucked up. I don't know if it's global warming or what you want to call it, but I think that the Earth does go through like different swings. Like we had the ice age, and then things are going to heat up real hot, but it's going to be gradual. It'll slowly get real hot, and then eventually it'll start going back down. It'll start getting cooler every year, and it's just kind of a cycle that repeats itself over and over, I think. But I don't know. I'm not a scientist or nothing like that. So.
Huncho, I think that you're absolutely correct there, because when I went to college for the 10 years that I went to college or whatever it was to get my 4-year degree, I did have a class, and they said something to the effect that it was like about Earth, volcanoes, glaciers, and earthquakes was the name of the class. But they told us that, basically we're in longer cycles. We're talking like, maybe like not 10,000 years, but thousands of years. We're actually on a cooling cycle. So I always thought that was kind of funny, over the long term, that's what was going on. But the idea of global warming has always been a topic for most of my life, as in like the environment and things like that, where they came into popularity, talking about recycling, solar energy, things like that. So when I think of the environment being under duress, or earth changes maybe being affected by pollution or carbon monoxide, or taking down vast amounts of rainforests. It's not really beyond my comprehension to think that maybe there is some causal relationship between at least some of that.
Yep. I just wonder if it's like something we're doing, like you say, all the carbon monoxide and stuff from the cars, or if it's just a part of like naturally something that happens on Earth. I don't know.
I think it's natural. I mean, no matter what, I'm just saying I don't know anything about it, but I would say it's a natural part of
Dude,
the
we
Earth
have to be
has.
playing a role. It's not natural to have radiation going through the oceans, and it's not natural what we do to the rainforest. It's not natural when we blow the fucking tops off of mountains to harvest coal out of it. There's a lot of
No,
unnatural shit we're doing around the planet, dude. That, I don't know. I would
Yeah,
think that we definitely are playing
there's
a
a
role.
lot
Whether
wrong,
it's
but
cyclical or not, we're definitely speeding that up by
yeah,
shit we're pumping. I mean, look at all the gallons of carbon that we pump out of the ground and then we burn and put in the atmosphere. You know what I mean? Like
I agree
Yeah, man.
1,000%.
that's
What
not
I want to say is that the symptoms are the Earth healing herself because of
yeah,
whatever the causality is, regardless of whether it's a natural process or what. It's all a natural process. Us sucking up things is a natural process. So, I mean, I'm certainly not disregarding what you're saying, but I'm saying that what I'm really tuning into is like, yeah, I don't eat fish from Fukushima. I don't go down to fucking the Copper River and get fish like I used to and eat it. My wife will get it, but I'm not eating it. And it's like this. I mean, I get it. So go ahead, Smiley, educate us.
Well, gas-powered cars and like airplanes and stuff haven't even been around for that long either. So most of this pollution's happened in like the last 180 years, maybe. So it's something that we haven't even been able to really study that much because it's still relatively new. But it's also like, I don't know, it's crazy.
just has to, dude. I don't know. There's obvious evidence for it even in their past that we know of. And I'm talking about like the levels of acid rain that we became aware of, right? Like you guys are out on the West Coast, you know what smog is over a fucking city, right? Like that's not a natural thing, right? Like it's just not,
Well,
man.
dude, not even that. Like just a few months ago, ExxonMobil had like a huge oil spill at the San Francisco Bay that was like terrible, and they're like absolutely no wildlife was harmed at all, and like bullshit, dude. There's like oil just spewing out. The whole like San Francisco Bay was black.
Yeah, they love that shit. The birds, seabirds love oil. They're not hurt by it. I don't know, man.
That's another.
Yeah.
We had the Exxon Valdez oil spill, which basically messed up one of the most pristine rock, Bristol Bay, which is like a fishing and all this kind of pristine area. Well, it like I think that there's still like pieces of they did as much remediation as they could, but there's still residue from that still to this day. So and the seabirds were all messed up and all of that, and the guy who was driving the captain of the ship, his name was Hazelton, and he was drunk on top of it. So he like was drunk driving and created a natural disaster, created a disaster, and ecological thing, and then they were up running normal just like real quickly after that though.
Well, dude, right here next to where I live, we have the Camp Pendleton Marine Corps base, and right next to that, we have the San Onofre nuclear power plant. It's right on the beach, dude. They had to shut it down because it was leaking like nuclear shit into the ocean. So it's been shut down. They're not using it now, but there's like, I don't know if they found a place where to
So at
store
least
all the nuclear shit yet or not, but they were like trying to find a place where they could go bury it like in the Nevada desert or something.
they
so
got
they,
the ocean right there. They just pour right in the ocean. I just
What's
let it
that?
go in the ocean. They got the ocean. Why not just use the ocean? No,
Well, that's
it's
what's fucked up, dude. Is like we're talking about all this, but the oceans are getting like torn up real bad, especially with like all the commercial fishermen putting their nets all the way to the ocean floor and tearing up the coral and all the
dredging.
fucking fish habitats and shit. It's fucked up.
Yeah, the dredging is. I used to watch it go down. Like, yeah, I went crabbing for a year or two and the Puget Sound, and I felt like fucking a piece of shit. Like pulling up the pots because like they're trapped in a pot. So I use the collapse sides where just the bottom and the top, like, and you pull it and they could jump off the side. But I felt so much better using that one. Like even though like I only got like one or two, they like fucking they started shot to jump off. So it's like yeah, still it's like a trapping something in a cage is like unfair. After like to catch it and eat it like that, it's just like fuck, you're trapped in a cage, like you can't get out. It's like fuck. Yeah.
Shit, guys, it's already that time, man. It's fucking almost 5. Right, I can get to bed.
I'm over here just fucking shopping, ordering contacts and shit. I've been meaning to do this for like fucking so long. You see me digging at my eyes. I'm like, I can't fucking do this anymore. I've got to order some fucking right now. That's what I was doing.
Yeah, it's something to do it when it's on your mind, because then you'll just forget about it again.
I've
Smiley.
been meaning to do it for like a month too, man. It just every time, like you said, every time you think about it, I like, oh yeah, I gotta do that, and I fucking don't do it, and then it's a fucking week later and shit. And I go, oh yeah, I gotta do that. And I forget. Thank you for letting me
Smiley.
just kind of fade off.
Yeah,
I just wanted to say that I don't want you to think that I'm a knucklehead. I just was thinking more than one thought at the same time, and I don't think I probably wove it in completely. But I might have been going in that direction of what you were saying. So in other words, I appreciate it and I respect the conversation and the discussion. I in no way want you to think I'm a knucklehead.
I'm still gonna think you're a knucklehead, but that's all right. I still like you. I'm teasing, man.
That's good to hear. No, you know what I mean. I hate discussions about
No, dude.
politics or anything because I'd never want it to get between the tone of the conversation.
No, I think everybody's entitled to their point of view for sure, or
Right
whatever.
on, man.
Most
May acid rain not fall on you.
yeah, right. We reduced that, man. They took out the sulfur and the fuel sources. Like that's why all the diesel's unsulfonated and shit like that. So they reduced it.
Yeah.
If you look into it, it's fucking not what it was.
Absolutely. No,
Yeah,
changes.
same with the lead. They had to make it unleaded.
I was gonna say we
I'm
didn't
very
mention grand solar minimum. That's the whole problem. The grand solar minimum or maximum. That's what's causing all the whole everything. It's melting ice, making fucking volcanoes erupt.
Maybe
Who knows?
we'll see, man. Maybe the sun won't come
Another
up.
wrench in the fucking problem. We're the whole problem, but it's like helping. It's making it the succession. It's like rounding off and just like
Well, the problem I think is that I mean, there's a lot of regularities that we rely on, but it doesn't necessarily mean that those are always the regularity or always the case. So,
like
this
the mind is gonna change. The
coming up as a regularity, but it doesn't mean that it's gonna tomorrow.
Yeah, the sun doesn't have to rise, right? Like it just because it did today doesn't mean that it will tomorrow. Like you said,
Doesn't
like
necessarily mean that it always did either, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. So, chew on that. We'll see you guys. Have a good
Have a good
one.
night, Smiley.
Take it easy, Smiley.
Have a good day, Smiley.
Yeah, you too.
Peace out, brother. See you later.
Yeah, fellers, I think I'm following him out too, man.
All right.
These
Well,
things
I'm
are
glad I came.
killing me this evening. I don't mean to cut you off, Buddha.
Oh, I'm just saying, I'm glad I came and had a little. You guys had a sense of humor about me sitting out in my backyard and at midnight and showing you that it's not even really totally dark up in the sky, but it's definitely getting dark here. But guys, there you go. There's a little picture of the sky there. Spruce trees. At any rate, we'll carry on. Everybody's going to have a great week. What are people doing with those numbers? They're putting them in the comments for the seats.
Yes. Good
There you
call.
go.
Yes. Comment section, not chat. not chat comment section after the show, please. Look at that.
All right,
Alright.
well, I'll take
Peace out,
this
everyone.
time. Oh, holy cow! I'm gonna go. See you, Hunter.
Later, Buddha Boy. Later, Green Fingers. Have a good night, Eagle. And peace out, chat. Have a good day, night, everyone.
All right, Huncho. See you
So
later.
thanks for popping in, brother.
Yep.
All
Thank
right,
you
Eagle.
again, Eagle.
All right, Eagle. Thanks for having us. Have a good night.
You too, brother. You too. Buddha Boy, you slipped out before I could say goodbye, but appreciate you. You guys all have a good night. I'm sorry I am passing on the shout outs tonight, man. It feels like I've got fucking dirt in my eyes. I probably do because I was transplanting right before the show, and there's a good chance there is fucking dirt in my eyes. So my deepest apologies on the shout outs tonight, but please put your numbers in chat from 0 to 420. 0 to 420. I did get that order in, by the way, on my contacts. Thank you for your purchase. It says right there from Contacts Carts. Can't wait to get them damn fucking things. Excuse my language, but with that being said, you guys know the deal. If this is the end of your day, your journey, please get some rest. If this is the beginning of your day, please make it an awesome day. Treat yourself good. Moreover, please do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. I'm a living, breathing example of that. I'm not afraid to admit that. You guys have an amazing day. I'll catch you tonight with 71DP0 from Caribou TV. 11:30 this evening. Have a great night, or great night, great morning, rather. Oh, I gotta get some rest. I am out of here, guys. I love you. See you tonight.